Diego Rafael Sánchez,
Mario Gutiérrez Aro.
Adelina.
And Erica.
Despite its small size in comparison to other regions, the Middle East has been an important place for history since before the beginning of the Common Era.
After the year 2000 before Common Era, the religious leader Abraham is said to have been born. According to tradition, he was chosen by God to spread monotheistic religions, Judaism, and by extension Catholicism and Christianity, and also Islamism, all consider him to be their ancestor.
With this, the Middle East can be said to be the cradle of most of the world's strongest religions, with Christianity at first, Catholicism as second, and Islamism as the third most popular religion today.
All of these hold Jerusalem as their most sacred ground, making this one of the most fiercely disputed places on earth. The Muslims conquered the zone in 623 CE, but they allowed Christians to access in pilgrimage. But by the 11th century, the Turks were now in control, and they started to prohibit the pilgrimages.
Of course, Christian Europe did not like this, and the Pope sent the Crusades to recover the Holy Ground. These campaigns can be seen as a failure because it did not win them any permanent territory, and it sparked the hostility between Christians and Muslims.
In the late 1200s, Osman formed a new group of Turks, and they began to develop in the northwest corner of the Anatolian Peninsula. Although they had already seen a lot of expansion between 1481 and 1512, they had a period of rest.
This is often considered their peak. An important cultural aspect was their diversity, achieved through the conquest of many territories with their advanced military technology. Politically, they allowed women to have a lot of power.
They could own territory, refuse marriage, and seek divorce, and some found a place in the palace. Economically, they also became producers of silk, much closer to Europe than China. Eventually, they had territories as far as western Russia, North Africa as far as Algeria, and up to Vienna in Eastern Europe.
However, their army was defeated in the Battle of Lepanto around 1570 following this, and partly because of the closure of trade routes that passed in their territories, they started to slowly decline. They had reached a power big enough to sustain them until the 1922, when the Sultanate was abolished, ending the Ottoman Empire.
At the beginning of the 18th century, the Ottoman Empire was at war with Austria and Russia, and one of the Europeans' tactics was to foment revolts in the Turk territories. This forced them to oppress their own people, an obvious step against democracy.
The weakness of the central government caused some territories to choose to be locally governed, in a system similar to feudalism, which was far away from capitalism.
With the appearance of many of the world's main religions, the rise and fall of the Ottoman Empire, a strategic position for sea trading between Asia and Europe, and at one point or another, innovative legislations that favor democracy, the Middle East can be seen as a very influential part of the world.
Created using Powtoon.